Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all for diet or nutrition plans. That's why in this video, I break down how to create a tasty meal plan as fast as possible while spending as little money as necessary. First, what you need to know is that no matter what diet you try, they will all fall into one of three categories. Direct calorie restriction, which is I'm going to count how many calories I'm eating and not eat more than necessary. Macronutrient restriction, like no carbs, no sugars, no fats, or you restrict your eating to a specific time frame, like no food after 5 p.m. Either way, the overall concept is still the same. You're creating a calorie deficit. This is important to understand because it allows you to choose which method will work for you at any stage of life. For example, you may really want to get lean for beach season, so you focus on counting calories because of its speed, accuracy, and consistency. But during the holidays, you may focus on time restrictions, so you don't have to track as much in the evening while enjoying some pie. Or on the days when you're just too busy, you can focus on portion control because it's all done visually. Knowing this can really enhance how you lose fat, but more importantly, how you keep it off. But none of that matters if you're eating the wrong foods. So overall, you're going to want to eat low-calorie, dense foods, and ideally the majority of your foods being nutrient-dense, like lean meats, seafood, eggs, beans, fruits, vegetables, etc. Of course, that doesn't mean you need to eat only those types of food, or that you can't ever enjoy some foods that may be bad for you or unhealthy. In fact, I discourage that type of long-term diet plan. What I do encourage is to continue to eat what you enjoy while always adapting to your specific needs and goals. However, when your goal is to lose weight as quickly and efficiently as possible, then obviously the more you stick to the plan, the faster the results will come. Just keep in mind, a fat loss diet should not be long-term. I suggest 3 months max if you're just starting out. Not because you can't go longer, but because most people will quit. Remember, most people have lost weight at some point. What they really struggle with is keeping it off. Now, if you're more than 50 pounds overweight or have someone guiding you, then we could talk about extensions. But I wouldn't encourage doing it without a proper coach. In fact, having a preset plan with a week of your meals planned out as well as a target to reach will outlast anyone just trying to wing it. So start by coming up with a plan and a realistic goal. Then determine your maintenance calories and stick to that intake for at least a week while carefully documenting your progress. This approach not only helps gauge your advancement, but also allows you to understand your body's food requirements without resorting to extreme dieting. Surprisingly, many people can achieve body recomposition by simply adhering to their maintenance calories. Now, when designing any meal plan, my first step is always the math. Break down your total maintenance calories into different macronutrient percentages. For instance, you might allocate 30% to fats, 35% to protein, and 35% to carbohydrates. So if your maintenance goal is 2,500 calories, this translates to 875 calories from protein, 875 calories from carbs, and 750 calories from fat. Remember, these percentages may vary based on the individual needs and goals, but here's one thing that absolutely gets neglected and is incredibly important: make it enjoyable. Yes, I said enjoyable. This is often overlooked, yet it's crucial. By crafting 4 to 8 delicious meals that you enjoy that align with your calorie and macronutrient targets, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. I enjoy burgers, so here's how one of these meals would look. Let's start with the buns. We're gonna use these keto-friendly buns because they have 80 calories. We're gonna use some regular old ground beef patties, 160 calories for simplicity, and add in a slice of low-fat cheese at 50 calories. We're also gonna add cooking spray, ketchup, mustard, pickles, lettuce, and tomatoes. All those add up to less than 50 calories for standard servings. This brings us to a total of 340 calories with roughly 29 grams of protein, 22 grams of carbs, and 12.5 grams of fat. This is something you could eat every single day, and it's barely a third of your daily caloric needs. This allows you to be more consistent. And trust me, consistency is key here. The beauty of setting up a meal like this is that it doesn't feel restrictive. It's about making smart choices that fit your lifestyle and taste buds. You're not just eating to lose weight, you're enjoying what you eat, and that's what makes it sustainable. Now, some might argue that focusing on such detail might take the joy out of eating, but I beg to differ. By incorporating foods you love in your diet in a way that aligns with your nutritional goals, you're more likely to stick with it long term. Now, let's talk variety because eating the same thing every day can get pretty boring. So here's where you can get creative with your meal planning. Let's say one day you're really craving pizza. No problem. Opt for a cauliflower crust or tortilla. Use a lighter cheese and load it up with veggies and some lean protein, like chicken. You've now transformed a typically high-calorie meal into something that fits into your dietary goals without feeling like you're sacrificing flavor. The same goes for desserts and snacks. Instead of cutting them out completely, find low-calorie alternatives that satisfy those cravings. Again, Greek yogurt with a bit of honey and fruit can replace ice cream. Or you could just find lower-calorie ice cream and popsicles, like this. You could also make a homemade protein bar, or you could buy a pre-made snack like these Fiber One brownies. The idea is to modify, not eliminate. It should be a flexible plan that adjusts not only to your caloric needs, but also to your lifestyle and preferences. This adaptability is what will help you maintain your weight loss over the long term and avoid the yo-yo dieting effect. Now, knowing what to eat is only as good as knowing what the biggest pitfalls are going to be on your journey and how to avoid them. So, if you're wanting to know what you should avoid, then I suggest you watch this video right here.